Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Data Architecture Elevator Espresso podcast. So the name has got a bit too long, probably. We need to shorten that up. And today we will dive, as usual, into the latest news and concept that we can find in the data world. I'm Antonio, and today we're diving into the world of Agentic AI with our guest, Irene Donato, fresh joined into Agile Lab. Welcome to the team. And in this episode, we will delve the distinction and interplay between AI agents and tools in the realm of agentic AI. So let's start with a warm-up question, let's say, and let's understand um this word agent. So what is an agent in the context of agentic AI?
Hi everyone, and thanks Antonio. We heard a lot speaking about AI agents nowadays, but there is no a definition that everyone agree with. They were already introduced in the 1995 by Russell and Norvig that define an agent as anything that can perceive its environment and act upon it. But this definition is quite generic. In fact, with this definition, even a thermostat can be considered an agent because he perceive the temperature and it can act upon the environment, switching on and off the heating. So we need a new definition that fit better with modern time and with the large language models. And so Harrison Chase, the co-founder of LangChain, define an AI agent as a system that uses a large language model to decide the control flow of an application. This is an operational definition, I will say, but then there is still a debate about what effectively can be considered an agent or what not. And about this topic, Andrew Ng said that rather than arguing over which word to include or exclude as being a true agent, we can acknowledge that there are different degrees to which system can be agentic.
The evolution in, let's say, recent times means that there has been many development in the last years, but we will go to that back to that later. So my next question is: we are also pairing the word tools with agents. So we all speak about agents and tools. So we would like to know what's your opinion on where you try to draw the line, even if Andrew and G said we have degrees of agents. What are the fundamental differences between what we can call a tool and what we can call an agent? There must be something that distinguishes them.
Is the ability to make decisions. I think now, for example, we have techniques where, for example, a language model will make decision. If, for example, we ask the language model to planning before acting and dividing a task in subtask, in some way is deciding the way you want to split the task. And if we provide it with some tools, external tools for acting on the environment. So I think this is something that is an agent. So for example, if we provide it with a connection to a database, maybe a structured one, and we ask a question, it can decide which table he needs to answer the question, and maybe he can run a query and read the results and see if he needs another query or if he can answer the question. And this is something he does autonomously. What I found really interesting is that with using this kind of agentic workflow, like planning, reflecting. You can improve a lot the accuracy of the large language models. There were some experiments where they see that if you use ChatGPT 3.5 alone, you in some benchmark you can get an accuracy of 48%. Instead, if you use it with a workflow, an agentic workflow, you can get 95% of accuracy, so you almost double the accuracy. And this is amazing if we think that GPT-4 get only 67% on the same benchmark. So instead of waiting for the next big model, we can start building better workflows.
So it's like more asking the foundational model to reason and plan instead of just give you the first answer that it can output. It can output. And so this is also a technique called chain of thought, right?
Yes, chain of thought is a basic one, but there are more complex one. Now you can also integrate it with principle of reinforcement learning, where the agent can remember from his past, and so improve the more it interacts with the world.
Okay, so it's kind of again the agent also has memory, while the tool does not.
Yes, that's an agent is built of a brain that is the large language model, some tools, memory, and all these techniques that can improve his ability of reasoning.
Right. So we're getting to agents nowadays, but what are the advancements that have led to the development of these more autonomous agents? So up to now we had things like, okay, I have an AI tool that can recognize a bird. Now I have something that can plan his action, do complex workflows, and come up with these complex workflows based on context again, as you said. So what advancement we have led to this?
Okay, AI agents rely on the large language model's ability of reasoning. So we should ask what has led to the development of this large language model that mimic our ability of reasoning. And I think the answer is data. The amount of data they are trained on is what led this system to seem intelligence, and somehow they are intelligence. And I think the story began in 2017 with the introduction of the attention mechanism. A year later, we start to see the first language model that have the self-attention mechanism as fundamental block. So we start to see BERT and GPT. And from that moment on, we see a continuous improvement on this model. And because of the increase of data they are trained on. And then, of course, you need also to improve the hardware to process all this data. There is a lot of engineering for cleaning the data and improving the architecture of these models. So the first ingredient is the quantity of data.
Okay. So sounds interesting, and that probably is the reason why every new model is trained on even more data and cost much more money because of that. Because to process.
Even if now we are finishing the data for training, but some days ago we had a new release model from DeepSeek that apparently is much smaller, but have state-of-the-art performance and accuracy, and so it costs a lot less money and computer in order to be trained on.
Yeah, that's a breakthrough that everyone is talking about right now. Even the stock market realized lately with plunge of Nvidia stocks. But so we've seen that every day the landscape changes, and this is a very hard question to answer, and probably tomorrow will be too old, and something will happen that will make this answer complete garbage, unfortunately. But we like to give prediction and guess the future. So what are the advancements that we can anticipate in the development of AI tools and agents in the next years?
AI agents will improve the operations in many industries because they will be able to integrate and compare many different data in an autonomous way. So, for example, in healthcare, we can imagine a medical assistant that know our parameters, body parameters, and our genetics and our lifestyle, and can compare our data with the data of many other patients and give us a custom-made, a specific treatment for our case, or even know which will be the disease we will have in the future. And also, for example, in education, we can have agent that will be able to prepare customized plan for the students. But another thing, another things that will happen in the short future, I think, will be in the physical world. All these agents that can act as brain will become physical agents. So we'll have robots, for example, or physical tools, that physical agents, I think.
So probably it's like we will be able to put the intelligence we have into foundational models like GPT or DeepSeek, etc., into robots that are specialized, like the one we've seen in the last 10 years of Boston Dynamics, that are every year more scary to some point of view. And yes, I guess, but yeah, I'm guessing here because that's not my AI. I'm not an expert in AI, so my idea is that when they will move to the physical world, new foundational models that are kind of related to what a physical thing can do will be developed, because right now it's just, let's make it simpler, simplistic. It's just text, and in the future, the context they can acquire from being in the physical world and the feedback they will be able to acquire being in the physical world will be more rich. So maybe the models that we have today won't even be sufficient to drive alone those kind of artificial intelligence agents. Again, probably the correct name is still agents. And as of today, instead, what you think are the limitations that autonomous agents have?
The limitation, of course, is accountability. If an agent AI make a mistake, who's responsible? So this is a big limitation. For example, if you want to use agents in the legal world, and then also scalability. Of course, these agents need to process all the requests in real time and access all the data they need in real time, so scalability. And then we have a huge concern about privacy, because for example, in the example I did before about an healthcare agents, so in order to be tested and to be trained and to work, it needs our data. If these data are not protected enough, we risk that they will be used in a malicious way. So this is a huge problem. For example, in Europe, we tend to have law that protected our data, and this can be also a limitation in training new models and in testing these new agents. Maybe we will have we can have China that we will see China that will develop this kind of agent first because has less concern about data. But maybe we can find a solution if we don't centralize all the data, but we in some way we can also have agents that learn in the real world, so they don't learn everything in a centralized way as now is happening, but they will learn during their life.
Okay, so like more humans than than AI tools. Okay, I think we covered many topics. We ended up also in ethics and the future of AI. So I'm really happy about this conversation. We will wrap this up. Thank you very much again, Irene, for being my guest, and see you at the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.